and Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sadaf Memon. I am a student of Faculty of Education at University of Sindh. My presentation topic is Mixed Method, assigned by my teacher Dr. Amjad Ali Arain. First I want to define what mixed method is. Mixed method is a research approach that aims to answer the research questions through the collection and analysis about the qualitative and the quantitative data. This approach to research is used when this integration provides a better understanding of the research problems than either of each alone. So basically, the mixed method research is a procedure for collecting and analyzing, mixing both the qualitative and the quantitative method in a single study or a series of studies to understand a research problem. So before we move further, we must understand what the qualitative and the quantitative research means. The quantitative research is a way of collecting numerical research or data which then can be converted into the usable statistics. Basically, the quantitative data includes the close-ended information such as that found to measure attitudes, for example, the rating scale, and the behavior, for example, the observation checklist, and the performance instruments. The analysis of this type of data consists statically analyzing the scores collecting on the instruments, for example, the questionnaire or checklist to answer the research questions or to test the hypothesis. And now the qualitative. Qualitative research is used to gain the deeper understanding of the subject. Basically, it consists of open-ended information that the researcher usually gather through interviewers, focus group, and the observation. The analysis of the qualitative data, words, text, and the behaviors typically follows the path of the aggregating it into the categories of information and presenting the diversity of ideas gathered during data collection. Now there are some mixed method elements. So basically, two important characteristics of the mixed method study are research questions and the design, where the research question inform what we are trying to learn about the phenomena, and they also inform that the design that is selected to carry out the study. Generally speaking, mixed method study based on the explanatory and the exploratory research questions. This is sequential design, which means either the qualitative and the quantitative data will be collected first and then the other data will be collected. Similarly, the convergent result questions typically calls for the concurrent design in which the qualitative and the quantitative data are collected at about the same time. There are three types of mixed method research questions: explanatory, exploratory, and the convergent. Now the first type is the sequential explanatory design. Basically, this design involves the collection and analysis of the quantitative data followed by the collection of analyzing the qualitative data. The priority is given to the quantitative data and the findings are integrated during the interpretations phase of the study. So there is a question that when we use this explanatory design, basically we use this type of design to help explain, interpret, and contextualize quantitative findings, or to examine in more details unexpected result from the quantitative study. There is also the strengths and the weaknesses of this study that are the easy to implement because the steps fall in the clear separate stages And the design is easy to describe, and the result easy to report. And the weakness are requires a substantial length of time to complete all data collection given to two separate phases. For example, the researcher collects data about the people's risk and benefits perceptions of red meat using a survey and follow up with interviews with a few individuals who participated in the survey to learn in more details about their survey's responses. For example, to understand the thought process of people with low risk perceptions. And now the second type is the sequential exploratory design. In this design, the qualitative data collection and analysis is followed by the quantitative data collection and analysis. The priority is given to the qualitative aspect of the study, and the findings and are integrated during the interpretation phase of the study. Now there is the same questions that when to use this type of design. The uses are to explore a phenomena and to expand on qualitative findings, or to test elements of an emergent theory resulting from the qualitative research, or to generalize the qualitative findings to different samples in order to determine the distributions of the phenomena within a chosen population, and to develop and test a new instrument. There is also the strength of this type, which are easy to implement because the steps fall into the clear, separate stages. The design is easy to describe and the results easy to report. And the weaknesses of this type is requires a substantial length of time to complete all data collection given the two separate phases. It may be difficult to build from the qualitative analysis to the subsequent data collection. For example, the research explores people's beliefs that the knowledge regarding nutritional information by starting within a store interviews, and then uses an analyze of the information to develop a surveys instruments that is administered later to a sample from a population. And now, and now the third one is the convergent design. In this type of research collects both the qualitative and the quantitative data simultaneously, merge them and use the result for interpretations. Gathered both forms of data, analyze the dataset separately, compares result from both the data, and then make an interpretations. And now there is another thing in the mixed method research, that is triangulations. Triangulation is one of the most advantageous characteristic of conducting mixed method research. Is the possibility of triangulation, for example, the use of several means, method, data, resources, and the researchers to examine the same phenomena. Triangulation allows one of the identify the aspects of the phenomena more accurately by approaching it from a different vantage point using the different method and techniques. That's it for this presentation. Thank you so much for your time. Goodbye and Allah Hafiz.